O'Connor Orchid Estates Apartments. Located in the center of the small town of Reading, Ohio, it is widely regarded as the world's most haunted location. Join world-renowned paranormal investigators Abigail Reynolds and Michael Colby as they immerse themselves into every aspect of life in this building and expose the truth of its horrific history. Join us for My Creepy Haunted Life.
Jack Billings presents Haunted Apartment Complex, starring me, Jack Billings, obviously.
Damn it! How did you even get in here, Jack?
Well, let's get spooky, crew.
Find other great podcasts like this one at podmoth.network.
Hey, what's up, you guys? You breathed. I was still breathing, and you just went right for the jugular. Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm very sad because I thought we were getting like on point, like together, and ever since that one time we were like, "Hey, what's up, you guys?" all together. Never been together.
Nope.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Kathryn.
And I am Hayley.
And we are Saturdays for the Ghouls.
A Podmoth podcast, baby.
That's right.
That's right.
You guys are spooky babes. We're the podcast people, and we're here to entertain you.
If that's what you want to call this.
Yeah. It's free, though, so
It's free.
Don't get crazy now.
You get what you pay for, which is nothing. Unless you got that Spotify premium, then I'm sorry.
Unless you got our OnlyFans feet-only podcast. The feet version of the podcast.
Our FOOFs.
Yes.
Our only feet,
our
only
foof.
fins. Oof, oof. Oof, oof.
No. Foof.
Foof.
Feet only fans. That's like pineapple apple pen.
You know what foof reminds me of?
No.
Fucking Spy Kids.
Yes. That movie was like,
it's an acid trip.
Honestly, it's like I blacked out that whole entire. It might be trauma related, but I'm pretty sure I blacked out that entire like year of my life. I'm pretty sure I watched Spy Kids like every weekend.
I love that movie.
I couldn't tell you what happens in it though.
I just remember the microwave scene where they pull out the little like candy bar looking things and they put the thing in the microwave and it becomes a fucking like Big Mac.
Yeah. So it's horror movie week, so Hayley's gonna bring us a horror movie. And
it's kind of like a horror movie. It was scary.
I honestly don't remember. Oh yeah, okay. I forgot it. I forgot it for a split second. It's pretty scary, but it's like more of like a psychological horror instead of like a slasher.
Yeah.
But it does get a little gory at the end.
Yeah. It's almost like Resort where they just put all their budget into those kills.
Yeah, into that thing.
Yeah.
What movie did we watch?
We watched No One Gets Out Alive on Netflix. It is a Netflix movie. I thought it was good. But
I thought it was good for a Netflix movie.
Yes, it is good.
Like if it was like
a movie theater movie.
Yeah, I would be like, meh.
It's okay.
It's kind of slow, you know.
Yeah, it mainly builds suspense for sure. But yes, me and Kathryn watched this yesterday for the first time. And
For both of us.
No, for both of us.
Usually Hayley's at least seen it once.
Usually. So Kathryn, give us even though I'm gonna go scene by scene for this movie, give us a synopsis of this movie, Kathryn, if you remember.
It's been almost over 24 hours now, so bear with me as I have to remember. There's a girl gets a really sketchy apartment in this house.
Yes.
Where it's only girls. Okay.
A sorority.
No. Less like a sorority, more like something worse.
Yeah.
Worser. What could be worser than a sorority? Anyway.
Fry house. Sorry.
Yikes. Okay. Sorry. So she's got a skeezy apartment. She's looking for some fake ID so she can get a better job and a better life for herself.
Got on her.
And she's being spooked a lot by like those ghosts that you see out of the corner of your eye. You've all seen them. Don't lie to me. You're seeing one right now, right in the corner of your right eye. Anyway,
our viewers are like.
Anyway, so it's like spook. There's not that many deaths, so I'm not gonna do a death count. And then there's a sad part where her uncle tries to save her from the people who own the house, and he dies. Okay, there's the only emotion you'll ever hear from me. And then our final girl girls her way out of the house.
Yep.
And the end.
I was expecting spook, sad, death.
Right?
Ankle, death.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I did not.
Oh, I had almost forgotten.
That's like the one thing that's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
That and the fall.
Yeah.
Where he threw her.
Yeah.
That, woof. They showed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Usually they like show her going over, then they cut away, and then it splat.
Yeah. But nope.
Nope.
Anyway.
That budget. Anyway, yes. So, all right. That's your Kathryn synopsis.
I don't even remember what I said. Yes, I think so.
A lot of spook, a little bit of emotion.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, this movie, what do you think? What did you think it got out of 10?
6. 5.
5.3.
Yeah.
60% on Rotten Tomatoes. It came out on Netflix September 29th, 2021. It was directed by Santiago Mangini. Santiago Mangini. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. It was based off of a book by the same name by Adam Neville, which I did look up the book, and I do have differences between the movie and the book, which there's a lot.
Oh.
Like,
so it's like very loosely based on the book.
Yeah, I would say the only similarities is girl in spook. It's basically the same concept, just like there's a lot of differences.
Okay.
Character names are different. Like, yeah. But yes. So our main protagonist here is Ambar.
Mm-hmm.
She is an immigrant, and that is why she is sadly in some shitty situations. Her mother got really sick in Mexico, and when she finally passed away, she crossed the border and came to, was it Ohio? I think they were in. And she got a, under the table job at this shitty like sewing company with a horrible manager. He's kind of a dick. And her, she did get a best friend named Kinsey. Is it Kinsey?
I thought it was
like,
Kinsey or
it's like Kinsey. It's like Kinsi.
Yeah.
Seems like a good friend, Great. She sees this poster and it's like cheap room, women only.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking weird.
Sketchy.
Yeah. It never does say why only women. But yeah, so it's a sketchy building, and here we meet Red, which is one of the landlords. Yeah. She gets this place. She has one neighbor named Freya, and she's a little spooked out already. And the Amber's like, being friendly, introducing herself, and Freya's basically like, "Leave me alone, bitch.
Yeah,
don't want to talk to you."
Yeah.
And that night, Amber is, trying to get some shut eye, and she just hears crying.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks down her vent and she sees Freya crying.
Mm-hmm.
That continues for a few nights. And then next thing she knows, Freya is no longer in the house.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Gonzo.
And Amber starts, like seeing more things. Honestly, she doesn't even completely see them yet. We see them before she does. Because the way the director did it was there's just this shadow figure with bright white eyes just standing in the background, which is so creepy.
Right.
And which I thought it's pretty good, actually. Yeah. I was like, oh God, it's right there.
Right.
But just over time she starts slowly she starts having dreams of like her mom and happy memories, and she starts seeing this like stone box with weird writings on it, and it's almost like the box gets closer and closer in every dream, and it's really weird and it's never entirely explained. But
yeah, a little bit of backstory might have been nice.
Yeah, that's the only thing, because it's just like, oh, there's some random creature thing. Spoiler. But
we did see the box get kind of like dug up.
Yeah,
but we didn't get any kind of like inkling of where that was or like how long ago.
Right. Like, so the very beginning of the movie, it's like a, what is it, like 4x4 little like projector film of like these two guys unearthing the box.
Yeah.
And so that's what you see in the beginning. And
also, if you have to dig something up, put it back.
Yeah.
Leave it there. It's not good.
If it's that far down in the earth,
right,
it's meant to be down in the earth.
Right.
But yeah, so Freya's missing. She's kind of getting like a little weirded out, and then, but she's like, you know what, I got other things to worry about. So she's trying to get this fake ID, and it has to be from Texas, because that's what she told her. Is it her uncle?
Yeah.
Because that's what she told her uncle,
or her mom's cousin.
Yeah, I was there. Aren't they like weird? Because second cousin is
the son.
Okay. But so she basically chooses Ohio because that's her only family member that she knows of.
Right.
But she does meet them. His wife's a bitch, honestly. But he is helping her get a job, but he doesn't know that she's there illegally. So she's trying really hard to get a fake ID, and it has to be from Texas because that's where she told him that she's from.
Yeah.
And then her friend Kinsey, who has the hookup for the fake IDs, is like, it's 1,000 if we do Ohio, but it's 3 because you want Texas.
Right.
So she doesn't have it, so she's basically trying to get her deposit back from the landlord, which he's like, whatever about it. Like, he's like, oh, I already spent it. But then later he comes and says that he can give it to her.
Yeah.
And then the whole movie, she's basically trying to wait for that. Yeah. For him to give it to her.
Plot twist. He never does.
He never does. But her and her friend, they're out drinking and stuff. And they have a little heart to heart. And then her friend's like, this could just be the drink talking, but what if I loan you the rest? It seems like such a sweet gesture. And I told Kathryn, I was like, I don't know. I don't trust her. And lo and behold, this bitch fucking up and quits and leaves with her money.
I was like, and we never saw her again.
Literally, like, now Amber has no money.
She doesn't know
She
doesn't know Kinsey's address. She doesn't know anything about Kinsey other than the fact that's where she worked, and
has her phone
no
number.
longer does she work there, and she has her money.
She tried calling and nothing but voicemails unanswered. We never see or hear from this woman again.
Yeah.
So
now she's
bitch.
like broke.
Yeah. Now she ain't got no money.
and her boss fired her because she was trying to ask for Kinsey's address.
Yeah. The guy fired her. And so now she has no job, no money. She doesn't even want to go back to the place she's living at because she's getting spooked every night and hearing weird moans and cries from the drains and the vents and stuff.
Right.
So she's at a loss. She's kind of just traveling around on the train, and she starts seeing things on the train. But yeah, so she calls Beto, and she's like, "Your help! I need your help, please." But he's like out of town, and that's the whole thing. She gave him the address though to where she was, and he was just like, "I can't help you," kind of thing, and she calls the one person that can help him, help her, which is Red. So she calls Red. Red comes and gets her from the diner. He pays for her coffee. And he's like, I have your deposit. And she's like, oh, can I get it? And he's like, no, I don't have it with me. We have to come back with me.
I have it, but I don't have it with me.
Yeah.
Like, so, he's real sketch.
Right. So they get back to the place. And he says it's in her room. There's these two other girls that end up moving in previously. We see them before, but Petra and Maria.
Yeah.
And they're fun. They're fun girls, whatever. But anyway, Amber runs back upstairs and she's like searching for the money and everything, and she can't find it. Shocker. And Red is like,
it's almost just like it never existed.
Yeah. Oh. And then Red is just like, I'm sorry, my brother needs you, kind of thing. And we previously saw his brother, who's named Becker, and he was banging his fucking head on the wall.
Yeah.
On the door. And
before she left the place, she was banging on the office door, and Becker answers and was like, I'll tell my brother that you were here.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't want to give her back the deposit, period.
No. Which Red had a fat lip from that. But yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Like, over time, previously, Amber did find a few things. So the basement's off limits, it's locked, and the study's off limits. But there was one time it wasn't locked. She went in, she saw like a little bit of backstory for the
brothers.
Yeah, for the brothers. Their parents were archaeologists, or at least his dad was. They found the box. So that's the video we saw in the beginning. And there's a constant recording, and it's just like a ritual setup thing. And then we're like, oh, like talking about sacrifices and shit. Okay. All right.
You know what? You can have my money. Goodbye.
Bye. Yeah. So
that's what she should have said. But what she did was
stayed in the house. Yeah. So yeah, fast forward back to where we were. We're back in her room trying to find the money. Red's like, it's not here. My brother needs you. And Becker he basically tells her to don't fight. So she's just chilling up in her room. They lock her in there. Or no, she locks the door. And I was telling Kathryn, I was like, they have a master key.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? Oh, so she locks the door behind him, and then she gets startled by the two girls, Petra and Maria, banging on her door. And she's like, you're alone, right? Yeah. Lets them in. They're just chilling, hanging out. And then the two girls are talking to Amber, like crying, and they're like, talking about how Becker is crazy and violent, and
they've been seeing things too in their sleep.
Right. They've been seeing the box. And they start singing this weird lullaby, which causes Amber to fall asleep, and then she starts seeing shit again. and then she gets woken up by Petra and Maria screaming because Red and Becker are like dragging them out of the room for the ritual, and he's like, prepare them. Somewhere between the time before the girls got there or after the girls got taken away, Beto shows up and he's like, I'm looking for someone. He's basically there to find her and rescue her or whatever. He doesn't know anything that's going on, but Red answers the door and he's like, she's not here. I don't know who you're talking about. But her pink jacket that Beto's wife had given to her was like laying by the door. And so he saw it and he was like, I know she's here. So she like she had busted open the window anyway and she started screaming for him, and that's when he like busted through the door and he's like running up there and she's like, I'm on the third floor or second floor or whatever, third floor. And he's running and he's like trying to get in, and it's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad because all you hear, like we don't see it, but you can hear, because you can see it or hear it from under the door. He's just getting the shit beat out of him by Becker. And then like one of his teeth comes out from under the door, and then you just see this puddle of blood, and me and Kathryn were like, no!
Yeah. We really wanted Beto to save the day.
No, he was a good man. Even though he literally had like 2 scenes. But it was just really sad. And, so yeah. So, why do they need these girls?
Why do they need the girls?
Why? So,
prepare them for what?
We're about to find out. So, there's 3 girls. There's Amber, Petra, and Maria. Maria, unfortunately, is the first one to go. She gets taken down to the basement. And after she got taken down, then they bring Amber down. And when Amber comes down, she sees Maria's body without a head. And me and Kathryn were like, oh. What?
Because we didn't see what happened to Maria. We were watching them prepare Amber.
Yeah, they were like, like Red was talking to her. They put like
this green powder.
Yeah, they were putting like this green powder on her, which I don't know what that seasoning. I don't know what it is.
Seasoning. Oregano.
Oregano. Some parsley.
Basil.
Pesto. Anyway, but yeah, so like do like the whole, like Simba. Like they put shit on her forehead.
Simba.
And but they take her down. He gets rid of Maria's body, what's left of it. And he puts Amber on the slab where Maria was and like chains her down, and you see the box. So she's on this table, and then you see the box like further away, but like straight on with her head. So I'm like, what is happening? And there's just lots of candles, and it just looks like someplace someone would get sacrificed.
Right.
It's like it's.
I was like, I wonder how long it took Becker to light all the candles.
He just takes some flamethrowers.
Just imagine he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm sure it's not that happy. Well, he appraises whatever's in this box. Like he loves this thing.
Yeah.
Because when you sacrifice something or someone, when you give an offering to this thing in the box, it gives you blessings. So
it helps cure your ailments.
Yes.
That Becker had apparently many of.
Right, because he needed so many. She just needed one to cure the ankle.
Have we broken the ankle? Oh,
no.
Okay.
No, we have not.
You're like, yep.
So yeah, chains her down, and then he leaves, and he's like, "You should be honored."
Okay.
And I'm like, "No, fuck you, bitch."
Right.
I'm taking my fucking head.
I'm using it still.
Yeah. But yeah, so Amber's chained down, and then we just start hearing noises from the box. And it's just like a deep, like when you look in it, it's just a dark, like hallway.
Like the box is like a square box, and like it goes way further in than the box is big.
It's a Mary Poppins box. But yeah, so she's like, I need to get out. And you just keep hearing the thing get closer and closer, like coming out of the box. And then Beto comes in, and Kathryn was like, "Oh my god, he's alive!" And I was like, "No, there's no fucking way. There is no
Not with
fucking
how much
way.
blood there was.
Like, And Becker is a violent motherfucker. Like, So I'm like, it's fake. And then they he unchains her, gets her in this room, and then the lights turn on, and she's in the hospital room with her mom. And I was like, I fucking knew it.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. So basically, what this thing does, because we keep now as the viewer, we keep getting shown from Amber's POV when she's in her dream at her mom's. By her mom's bedside, and then we get the shot of the monster thing that's just standing over her head. Which I don't even know how to describe this thing. Its feet are like hands, and then it's got like other arms like coming out, and then it's got like a blank, like almost like mannequin face with hair that you think is the face, which it could be, but
underneath the dressings.
But under like the belly area is like the mouth. There's like a mouth. And basically, so this thing like stands over you and then, sits on your face and then like just chomps your head off. Like that's what it does. And the best way I can describe it, like it gave me, I know Kathryn will not know what the fuck I'm talking about. She may have seen this monster. But if anyone has seen Spirited Away from Studio Ghibli, there's a little monster guy called No Face, and that's exactly what it reminds me of when he's in like his monster form. Yeah, anyway, so she's in this like dream state. And hopefully that painted a good picture for you guys.
If you know what Spirited Away was.
That's true. Yeah, so she's in the dream state, and then her mom is basically like trying to get her to stay. And it just keeps going back and forth from like her mom holding her face to like the thing holding her face in real life. Yeah. And so it's like this thing gives her like the happiest memories that she can before, death.
Yeah.
And but she realizes that this isn't real, and she's like, I need to wake up. So she wakes up, and then the thing like is looking at her. And then when she realizes that when the monster deity, whatever it is, when it realizes that she's awake, it just scurries back into the box.
It's like, oh, can't do that.
Oh.
I think that you have to say like, yes, I'll stay with you, to the happy memory that it's giving you.
Yeah.
Because, the mother was like, stay with me. And she's like, no. And she's like, stay with me. You have to stay with me. And she's like, no. And so I'm assuming that if you say no, that they can't chomp your head off.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that's what it was. So
maybe. Even in my deep dive, I could not find anything. Like, it honestly, the head chomping made no sense.
Look, it was a movie.
Yeah, I know. But, I don't know. But yeah, so she's like, okay, final girl mode. Like, she's in her badass, like, fuck you guys
escape
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she, like, goes back upstairs. She takes one of those, I forgot what it's called. It was a weapon used by the Aztecs that had the black obsidian spears all around it. And there's a name for it, but I forgot to write it down. But she takes that, and Becker is looking at his wounds, and he's like, they're not healed.
Yeah.
They're not healing. Like, something's wrong. So he tells Red to go check. And then as soon as he opens that door, blah! Yeah. So she starts attacking both of them. And this is when shit kind of hits the fan, because at this point there hasn't been a whole lot of like gore or like stuff going on
besides Beto's face.
Yeah, so at this point, so everything's happening so fast. The Petra's still alive. She gets out, and she ends up knocking Red out. Amber does, and meanwhile Becker just all of a sudden just steps on her fucking ankle and
Oh.
breaks it. And it was so fast. And me and Kathryn were just like,
Oh.
oh my God.
Because as you know, in this household, it's ankles and like back shit.
Yeah, it's for me, it's like,
or eyes.
it's the legs, like
Mhm.
anything to do with the legs.
Yeah.
Oof. Ooh,
But I feel like
the
it's especially
tendon.
the
Ooh.
like the ankle area is
Yeah.
like the specific part, and then like
Yeah, so he breaks her ankle, so she's fucked. And then Petra, like, jumps and grabs him and is like trying to like knock him down. This motherfucker took a while, but he yeets her over the fucking spiral staircase,
Yeah.
and they're on like the top floor, and you just see it all the way
Splat.
down, and then splat, and it's a loud splat,
Yeah.
crunch, and
Yeah.
I was just like,
yeesh.
Okay.
And then the staircase is not like specifically like a spiral, but it's like those ones that you see in like apartments that you can like look over the edge and you can see all the way down to the ground.
Yeah.
That's the kind. I wouldn't call it a spiral, but I don't know what else to say, because like it is
It's the ones
stairs
that,
all
like,
the way
go
around in like
around,
a
yeah.
square.
Lo and behold, I don't know how, but Amber ends up like, she gets one of the obsidian blades off of the weapon that she was using, and then I was like, and she like attacks Becker, and I was like, go for the jugular. And Kathryn's like, go for the eyeballs. And then she just like, she sliced, got him in the jugular, so then he dies. And then Red is still alive, so she's like, what better way than to, sacrifice Red, which I don't think he deserved that completely.
I also don't understand how she did that with her leg.
Right. With her broken fucking ankle going down all them stairs.
Man?
Yeah.
Very confusing.
I mean, it's definitely not logical. She has a broken ankle going down like how many fucking flights of stairs?
I would have just rolled him down the stairs.
Probably, that's probably what she did. Just, push him slowly. And then picks him up on a fucking slab. But yeah, so she ends up offering the monster Red. And we see it chomp.
Yeah.
Chomp
that
his
is the
head.
only head we see actually
humped. Yeah, and it was crunchy. But yeah, so she leaves. She's starting to leave, and then all of a sudden she stops, and then she's like, she looks over, and then there's like Red's ghost now, because now he's part of every single person who died by that monster it's like a ghost in that house.
Yeah.
So that's what she kept seeing like throughout the movie, which is just super creepy. But
it was very misleading as well. Like, we thought that the ghosts were the bad people.
Yeah.
For most of the movie, until we found the box, like the actual box.
Right.
We were not quite sure. The ghosts were trying to warn them to get out.
So we see Red's ghost, and then she's about to exit the building for good, right? Then she stops. She starts to feel a little funny, and then you just see her ankle like back to normal, and like all of her shit gets healed, and she's like,
that's what the box does.
That's what it does. It gives you blessings.
Yeah.
So in my research, it did say that like it left on a cliffhanger, because like the way that it made it sound was like she was gonna leave, but then she may or may not decide to stay to keep feeding it. So
to give herself blessings.
Yeah. And that's how it ends.
I also had those questions. I was like, so is she just gonna stay? Like, I mean, I don't know. I was like, maybe she's gonna stay and make the box like eat bad guys.
I would.
Yeah.
What did you think of this movie, Kathryn?
I thought, I hate saying like for a Netflix movie it was good, but if I paid $20 to go see it in the theaters, I wouldn't have liked it that much. Yeah. Like if it was like a theater release, I would be like, oh. But for a spook on like a random Wednesday night, like, it's not that bad. Like, it's a spook. I felt like there could have been more backstory, but it was only an hour and like 27 minutes or something. Like, it was really short. So it's a good like during the week spook that's like only like an hour and a half, during dinner or something. I thought the movie was fine. I liked the actress in the movie, that main character, and I liked no one else.
Yeah.
Not even the two girls that were like her comrades in the end, because they didn't help her at all.
They did not.
Do you want my rating?
Yes.
Out of 10?
Yes.
I don't remember what we do. Out of 10. Okay. I have to remind it every week, every month. Okay. So I would rate it out of 10. I guess I'd rate it like a 5.5 or a 6. Or a 6.5, something around there.
Sure.
Comparing it to all movies, I'm saying. Right. I would probably give it around there.
Yeah, I would say like I'll do 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah. The thing is that I feel like 5.5 is not that good in hindsight of like every movie ever.
Mm-hmm.
But we are saying that it is worth a watch, even though it is maybe only a 5.5.
Anyway, but yeah, there was barely any information on this movie. Anyway, but no. So apparently the deity, as it's called, the thing that was in the box, I did a little deep dive.
Oh my gosh, are we gonna get a spooky week as well in horror week?
I mean, it's not that spooky to me. It's a little weird, but so that thing, it's based off of it's an Aztec goddess. It's an Aztec religion. It's Papaloto. But that means obsidian butterfly or clawed butterfly.
Oh.
Even in my research, it does say that it is associated with a silk moth or something. And it can take many forms. The moth, the butterfly, or it can pose as like a human. But its true form on what it is, she's an Aztec warrior goddess. She has butterfly or moth wings, which are tipped with obsidian blades.
Ooh.
Her hands are jaguar claws, and her feet are eagle talons.
Whoa. She looks scary.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds terrifying. Some of the pictures that I saw of her were really pretty, though.
Yeah.
Like, very, like, artistic. But there's a few things I saw. So I saw two different, I guess, there's like I considered it a good version and a bad version.
Okay.
Of her intentions.
Mm-hmm.
But on one of the things it says she's a fierce and powerful mother goddess of birth and death.
Oh.
Ferocious skeleton warrior and presides over the realm of Tamoachin.
Okay.
Which is a place where humans were created.
Oh.
From blood and then bones stolen from Michelin, which is the realm of the dead.
Oh.
She presides over the Paradise realm, which is it's inhabited by women who died during childbirth and stillborn infants. And she was also a woman who died during childbirth, and she took the form of what she is, I guess, during that. And then she's classified as a Tizamime,
okay,
which is a star demon.
Wow.
Which the only description I could find of what a star demon was that it's a demon associated with the stars.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, so a star demon makes sense. And then another one was she is the goddess of revenge and bloodshed.
Oh.
And she, along with some other star demons, would attack and gain more power during only solar eclipses.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, okay. Interesting. But yeah, that's what I found on the backstory of the monster that it's based off of, or that's in the movie.
It's crazy.
And then the book.
Oh.
So the book got 3.7 out of 5.
Okay.
It does sound interesting. I might actually read it. So in the book, the main character, her name is Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
It's also set in the UK, not the US. She works a minimum wage temp job, and she's just finding it hard to find a place, so she finds a cheap place, women only, so that's the same. Knacker is the landlord.
Okay.
And he has a cousin named Fergal.
Those are weird names.
I know. Apparently the house is haunted by Black Maggie, which is a creature rooted in ancient fertility.
That's it? That's all for horror movie week?
That's it.
Wow. I hope you guys liked that. I hope you guys go watch the movie. It's on Netflix, so if you have a subscription, it's for free.
Mm-hmm.
For a free movie, it's like an 8. So
That's true.
Next week is Spooky Week, and we're going to talk about something spooky. Ooh. To be determined topic. All right. Well, Spooky Babes, we appreciate you today for listening to us ramble for a little bit. Yeah. If you have any campfire stories, you have another week or so before we record our campfire stories. So send them to us in our DMs on Instagram or Facebook at Saturdays Are for the Ghouls. Follow us on TikTok, Saturdays for the Ghouls, and Twitter for the Ghouls. And Spooky Babes, just remember, you're important and you matter, and the world is a better place with you in it.
You're so cute.
And we hope that we were able to distract you for the 30 minutes to 45 to an hour. However long this episode is. And you know what? Have a cheat meal today. No one will tell. We won't tell anyone.
Your secret safe with us.
Your secret safe with us. And we will see you
in your nightmares.